You are listening to the Yummy Mummy Podcast, the best of series.
Welcome to the Yummy Mummy Podcast, where you will learn brand new and shockingly different tools to lose weight for the last time. And now, here's your host, certified life and weight loss coach, Laura Conley.
Woohoo! Let's lose weight for the last time using the Yummy Mummy method, which is new and different. It is not like anything else you've ever tried. So there's no macros, none of that BS. That's not sustainable, right? We literally change your brain. If you feel like you know all of the things, but you just can't get yourself to follow through, it's because you have to rewire your brain using this method. If you are not using food for what it is for most of the time, it's going to be impossible to weigh what you want. This really is the permanent solution. This is the last time. So head over to lauraconley.com, click work with me. There's even a button over there if you want to book a call and talk through your decision. Like if you're on the fence, it's no pressury, it's not slimy. It's just a fun, casual conversation that you and I get to have. So hurry on over. I love you. Have the best week ever. This is one of my favorite coaching tools in the whole entire world. So my coach, Brooke Castillo, she's the founder of the Life Coach School. You guys know I've talked about her many a times, but she created the model. She didn't really create the concept behind the model, but she just put into a really cool formula how life works, right? She didn't come up with a lot of the concepts. She just made it really clear and clean and easy to understand kind of how life works, really. I remember her at one training explaining, like, I used to read all these books on fact versus story. And then I would read all these books on our thoughts and mindset. And I'd read a bunch of books on feelings and emotions and processing feelings. And she's like, and then I would read all kinds of books and go to talks and lectures on how to get into action, how to create the results, how to goal set. Right. And so she's like, I took all of those teachings and distilled it down. And I really think she did a crazy good job of doing that. So I want to share the model with you guys so that you can apply it to your life and you can simplify what comes up in weight loss, which a lot of times is a lot of drama. So you can call it, you might hear it in the coaching world as the thought model or the self-coaching model. There are two types of models. Okay. So there's unintentional models and there's intentional models. I want you to visualize a chalkboard, right? I wish that I could be teaching you this in a classroom setting, but of course I can't. So I just want you to visualize a chalkboard and I want you to visualize 5 line items. So the model is an awareness tool, a tool to help us get more intentional. And there's 5 pieces to the model. So the top piece is circumstance. First piece, top line, right? Second piece is thoughts. Third piece is feelings. Fourth piece is actions. Fifth piece is results. So I'm going to teach you guys this model and I'm going to give you some real life examples so that you really understand it. So let's go back to the top line. Circumstance. What is a circumstance? Okay, think about this for yourself. A circumstance is really just anything outside of us. It's an external fact. When you are doing a model, when you are filling out a model, I want you to just put facts in this line, in the circumstance line. So for example, a circumstance could be, I weighed 168 this morning, right? Not, let me tell you what a circumstance is not. I am so fat, I gained so much weight, it's not working, I hate this. That's not a circumstance. A circumstance is the scale said 168 when I stepped on it. And you could really even simplify that down to just saying 168, right? So you put 168, it's just a fact. And by the way, you guys, it's a neutral fact, okay? Circumstances are things that are outside of ourselves. For this very moment, circumstances are things that most likely we can't control. Now, can we control them as we journey forward? Yes, totally. Of course, you can control 168 if you want to. Maybe that doesn't make you feel healthy. Maybe it doesn't make you feel radiant, alive, energetic, light, free. So maybe you want to weigh 148, right? Maybe that's your goal. Okay, so 168, that is a circumstance. Another circumstance could be my husband didn't take out the trash this morning. Another circumstance could be my clothes in my closet. That is the first line of the model, circumstance. Second line of the model is thought. Like I said, so do you guys know what a thought is? A thought is literally a sentence in your brain. That's all it is. It's a sentence in our brains. Now, some people will want to be like, what's a belief? A belief is really just a thought that you've thought over and over again. Okay, so that's just kind of side note, right? So a thought is a sentence in your brain. Now, thoughts are optional. You guys have seen the quote, right? You don't have to believe everything that you think. I love to think about thought work and looking at my thoughts like I'm Marie Kondoing out my closet. You guys have heard of Marie Kondo, right? She's the one that wrote The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And she recommends that you empty out your closet, right? You take every single item of clothing, you put it in a big pile on the floor. You pick up each piece of clothing, you hold it, you touch it, you say to yourself, does this spark joy? And that is the same exact thing that I want you doing with all of your thoughts. I want you picking up each thought and thinking, hey, now I don't want you thinking, I don't want you asking, does this spark joy? Because sometimes we're going to think thoughts that we want to keep, right? That we want to put back in the closet, that we don't want to give away to Goodwill, that are just useful, right? They don't necessarily have to spark joy. Great. If they're sparking joy, go for it. But I want you pulling out every thought that you think, holding it up. Is it useful? Does this serve me? Right? And then the ones that don't serve you any longer, the ones that are not creating what you want in your life, you can get rid of those. You can give those to Goodwill. So cool. Did you know that? I didn't know this. I did not know that thoughts were optional, that I didn't have to believe everything that I thought. I really just thought I was my thoughts. Did you guys know that we're the only species that can watch ourselves think? How cool is that? We are not our thoughts. We are the thinker of our thoughts and we are the watcher of our thoughts. And hopefully then we become the decider of our thoughts. So I want you guys starting to empty out your brain and look, what am I thinking? Is this thought really serving me? Let's get curious, right? So say you step on the scale, it says 168. Maybe your knee-jerk thought is, what's wrong with me? It's not working. This sucks. Those are just thoughts, right? So circumstances trigger thoughts. Circumstance, first line of the model. Second line of the model, thoughts, okay? Now, what is the third line of the model? The third line of the model is feeling. So I use the word feeling and emotion interchangeably. Now, what is a feeling? So we've defined now a circumstance, we've defined a thought. Let's define a feeling. A feeling is a vibration in your body. Let's be really clear. This isn't a physiological sensation like tiredness, right? Or like hunger, or like cold, or like hot. This is a feeling like joyful, or sad, or lonely, or anxious, or excited, or elated. Those are feelings. Those are emotions. And emotions are simply vibrations in your body. Now, where do those vibrations come from? They come from our thoughts. So we're working downward in the model. Circumstances trigger thoughts. Thoughts create our feelings. Now, here's where I want to be really clear. A circumstance. Now, this might blow your mind. This might be the biggest takeaway of this podcast. I know if I were in your shoes, it would be for me, because when I learned this from my coach, I was like, whoa, 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 back up here. What? Excuse me? What I want to offer, what I want to teach you is that circumstances cannot cause feelings. So 168 cannot cause you to feel defeated. The only thing that's causing you to feel defeated is a thought, like it's not working. What's so cool is that your thoughts, again, are choices. You don't have to think it's not working about 168. And let's go into that. Like, why would you maybe not want to think that? Because what comes after the feeling line? So we've got circumstance 168, we've got thought it's not working, we got feeling defeated. The action is the next line in the model, the fourth line, action. Now, an action can be an action, it can be a reaction, or it can be an inaction. Okay, so let's also be very clear about that. When you feel defeated, ask yourself right now, when you feel defeated, what action do you take? Or what inaction do you take? For me, I would throw in the towel when I felt defeated because I was thinking the thought, it's not working. Now, it's not working for a lot of us is not really true. We'll go into that in a moment. What I want to offer to you guys is I really want you to see what actions you take from the feeling line. Circumstance triggers a thought. Remember the blackboard, you guys. I want you guys to be visualizing this. Circumstance triggers a thought, causes a feeling, drives an action, like throw in the towel and eat 17 cupcakes, right? And then your action creates the last line in the model, which is your result line, okay? Now, if you throw in the towel and you eat 17 cupcakes, what is your result? You gain weight, but you stay the same. Your result is it's not working. Have you guys heard all the gurus like in the world say your thoughts create your results? It's all about mindset. It's all about what you think is what you create. This is the way to see that broken down. Your thoughts create the results, right? What's so cool is you're not in control. You're not, now that you weighed 168, you're not in control of the fact that you weighed 168 this morning. But you know what you are in control of? Everything else in the model. You're not in control right in this moment of your current circumstances, but you are in control of your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your results. Okay, so this is why it's so important to uncover some of the unintentional models that are running, right? Because if you've got unintentional models that are running, you have results in your life that you probably don't like, that are probably unintentional. Like, it's not working is going to create, yep, you guessed it, it's not working. It's going to create you gaining weight, right? And I'm not saying that when you step on the scale, you think, wow, this is working amazingly. This is so awesome. This is the perfect program for me. No, I'm not suggesting that. What I'm suggesting is a gentle nudge to something that will be intentional, to something that will really help you. Okay, so maybe you could start thinking, you know what? I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep going until I get there. Because how do you feel when you think, right? Circumstances 168. Maybe you think the thought, I'm going to keep going no matter what. Maybe you start to feel empowered. What do you do when you're empowered? Going down to the fourth line, the action line. Probably honor that eating plan or that protocol. You probably don't eat 17 cupcakes. And what is your result? Over time, you lose weight. This is really part one of the model. I want to take it to a part two. So we will do a two-parter, but I really want you to just start. This is all I want you to do for this week is just start digesting the model. Circumstance triggers a thought, which creates a feeling, which drives an action, which gives you the result of your life. Last line is the result, okay? So just let yourself digest it. You don't have to do it perfectly. You don't have to get it perfectly. All you have to do is start playing with it, right? Figure out anything, like I said at the beginning, anything in life can fit into the model, right? So pick the feeling that you're feeling right now. Maybe you're feeling curious. Why are you feeling curious? What thought are you thinking, right? I'm starting in the middle of the model. Can you see that? And so you're thinking, wow, I want to learn more about that. So then you're feeling curious. And then your action is listen more. And then your result is learn more. So that's your homework really for this week is to pop your current weight in the circumstance line and see what happens. What are your knee-jerk thoughts? And then what does that thought cause in terms of your feeling? What does that feeling cause in terms of your action or inaction? And what result are you getting? That could be for you an unintentional model. Maybe it's not, especially if you're one of my clients, it's not. And then try an intentional model. try going to the next step, okay? Of if I take a pause before the circumstance turns into a thought, what do I want to think? How do I want to live on purpose? That is your takeaway. Okay. I hope you have the best week ever, and I'll talk to you next week. Hey, if you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, I would love it if you leave a rate, review, and a subscribe on whatever you're listening to this podcast in. Pretty pleased with a cherry on top. It would help me so much, and it would help all the other mamas out there hear this message. Thank you in advance. I really appreciate it. And you have to come check out the Yummy Mummy experience. It's my proven lose weight for the last time group coaching and course. Head to lauraconley.com and just click work with me. Other than that, you guys, I would love to give you a free gift. If you want your free listener only gift, go to lauraconley.com/gift. And from there, you will get your free best ever weight loss hack. So cool. The last thing I want to tell you, you guys, is I do have a free Facebook group. It's called, you guessed it, The Yummy Mummy. Lose weight for the last time, end body drama, and get food freedom. You can just search that in Facebook, or again, you can head to the show notes and you'll find the link there. All right, you guys, have the best day ever.